Hello, welcome to Aunt Leanie's Kitchen. It's the live version. We're gonna cook. Tonight I'm gonna do my cast iron carrot hash, which was formerly known as like a carrot medley. And then people asked me, girl, what's the medley? And I was like, oh, I mean, there's stuff in it, but I guess it does kind of look more like a hash. Then I'm gonna do some mini cucumber boats. I've got sun-dried tomatoes in there, some capers, a little bit of bacon bits for, for the crunch, because I don't have any real bacon on hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the carrot hash. I've got everything measured out, all that. So I'm going to put about, this is like a third of a, well, I feel like I don't even need a third of a cup because the carrot's going to have a lot in there. So let's do a tablespoon because I've got a small cast iron skillet. Now you don't have to use a cast iron skillet for this, but I feel like it kind of gives it more of a savory taste. But if all you have is a nonstick pan, then you got to, work with what you got. Okay. We're putting that in there, getting it out together. And then what I'm going to do is I have got, because I'm so fancy, because you already know, I had to do that, you guys, I don't know. I've got the sumac. And this sumac, I'm telling y'all, I'm all about the sumac. I love it so much. If you buy it in the store, like a regular store, it's like 12 bucks. I got mine online for like $7.99. So I'm trying to put like the equivalent of a tablespoon in the sumac. And it looks like it's like, girl, what are you doing? So let me just go ahead. What I might have to do, because I used oil on that. I don't want to dig that in. So this is 3/4 of a teaspoon. Again, I'll just have to do some math. It's fine. So I'm just going to put a little bit here. Okay. Okay, now it's kind of sizzling. I might need to add a little bit more of this of oil here. So just go ahead and do that. It's like nice and hot. So there we go. Just a little bit more. So I've probably almost used maybe like a quart. I would say it's like maybe a 1/4 cup in there of the oil. But again, it depends on your preference. And because the carrots are going to have, they're going to create some moisture. So I've got my cup of carrots that I'm putting in now. Cup of carrots. These are all washed and chopped. I'm using bigger pieces just because I know it's going to cook down. Let me turn this down a little bit because I use, I'm not using like a traditional kind of burner. Just because I know for my purposes, there's a lot of people out here that are kind of like cooking on the fly. They might not have like a stove that they can cook on. So I kind of want to make it, show you what you can do here. Okay. Here, put this together. Okay, got that over here. Now what I'm going to do, I've got the sumac right there. Next I'm going to use this ground pepper. Now I'm going to use probably about like, see here, the equivalent of a teaspoon of ground pepper. Just kind of like, because again, I like sumac, but I want it to have another thing. Man, this is like feeling hot. This is very kind of going here. So I've got the first layer of the carrots. That's just what I do. Next, I'm going to add in these fresh tomatoes. Now listen, if you want to use already sun-dried tomatoes, that's up to you. I know that's a little bit of a higher price point. Now I do have sun-dried tomatoes I'm going to use for the mini cucumbers, but I mean, this works. Like you can just kind of use the fresh tomatoes. Maybe you want to season them a little bit before you put it in there. If that's, again, it's all about what you like. Now I'm doing the sumac here, but if I wanted to, if I was like, man, I just want this regular kind of like a savory thing, I would use smoked paprika and maybe like a little bit of sage and maybe like a little bit of basil and a little bit of lemon with some ground pepper. Like just again, because we want to get that savory kind of thing in. Now I like to layer flavors in. That's why I didn't just dump everything in here. And now the next thing I'm going to put in, I've got a 1/4 cup of onions, just white onions. Now the first time I made this, I used garlic, but I don't have garlic this time because I ran out. That's okay. But so I'm just going to use a little bit of the onion. If you want to put more onion in, you totally can. But because the way I have seasoned this, I don't think I need that much onion. I'll be fine. It's going to work. We're going to make it. Okay. See, do I have anything else? No. That is it. So now the next thing I want to do, What is up, Mr. Ryan? Oh, gee. I can't believe I've known you since the 1980s. That is crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. Okay. The next thing I need to do is I need to cover this. So I'm covering this just because I want to make sure I need these carrots to kind of get softer. And now I could have, like, you know, there's lots of things I could have done ahead of time. I could have put these in like a food processor and made them smaller. I could have chopped them smaller. But because I want the vibe of something kind of like, because, you know, this would be great for a vegetarian. Again, I always say when you're doing meatless things and you're really strict about it, you need to make sure you look at the labels of the seasoning that you use. And some vegetarians don't like to use extra virgin olive oil. They don't like to use oil at all. So again, do what you need to do. You know what you need to cook with, okay? So, but yeah, this has no meat in it, but it's going to have that, it's going to have like a savory, just want to make sure I'm getting on this. It's going to have like a really nice savory taste, and it's really cold outside still. Now it is warmer than it has been, because we have been, I know, like I saw online, people are like, we didn't really get snow. We got snow here where I live. I mean, was it the worst snowstorm ever? No, but it didn't inspire me to go outside. I'm like, I'm not going out in that. So it's kind of cold. I think today was the warm day because the high was supposed to be like 30 degrees. So I'm like, woohoo! It's a whole like heat wave. Okay. Next thing I need to do is and I've got like a little part of my cutting board. I'm just gonna wash this really quick. I want to make sure I get everything off of here. Okay, I had to wash to like get that all washed off. Now we're gonna dry it. And so then the next thing I'm gonna do is I have got those mini cucumbers. You know I love a good mini cucumber because it's really easy with the mini cucumbers just to go ahead and fill them up with stuff. Now when I use like the big cucumbers, I mean, again, I love cucumbers. I don't have anything against them, but sometimes when you're trying to do like the big cucumber boats, they're so big. And that's really, you know, I know the Super Bowl is going to be coming up next weekend, and maybe I'll do like a bites kind of cooking thing before I do that. But again, these would be good as Super Bowl bites right here, depending on the vibe. You could probably cut these in half, so you probably want to cut them in half and do it that way. Then you can kind of have like everybody, you could do like a whole like sports cutery board, like board or something like that, and everybody gets like or a boat actually. Everybody gets like their little healthy snacks to start off with, because I know some people are like, you know, they still want to stick to their fitness and health goals. So the next thing I want to do is I've got this right here, and as I stated, I've got probably I think I've got like maybe, I think it was like a tablespoon of the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm just gonna press these in here like that. I had to chop these just because. So let's see, let's kind of get those in here. And you know, I do have them, like, where did my gloves go? My gloves are right here. So I'll go ahead and put these gloves on so that I can kind of like get up close and personal. Okay, we're gonna get up close and personal with this. So as you can see right here, you can see the sun-dried tomatoes. And again, I've got a couple of capers in there, not too many capers, because like capers, that brininess can just be a little too much. Like I like capers, but I also, you know, respect that sometimes the brine in there it's just too much for me. Just gonna go ahead and do that right here. Oh, come on, come back, come back. So we're just gonna put a little in here. Also, I also plan, I'm gonna put some of the carrot hash in the, I've got like I also have like a little extra surprise, because I have got a big baby bella mushroom, and I went ahead and I sauteed them, I think yesterday, maybe the day before. So it's kind of like, it's all ready to go. And because I'm gonna do one tonight, and then I have the other two, because I have started doing, just like I said I would, just it's on my vision board, I started doing the little mini videos, like the little short form videos. Some of them end up being 6 minutes, so I know that's not super short form, but I put the full things on my YouTube pages and on my TikTok pages. Because I know Instagram doesn't really like to use I think they limit you as far as time or something like that. I always get warnings when something's over 3 minutes. So, but yeah, you can still find them on TikTok or you can find them on YouTube. The full version of them. Okay. So let's see here. I'm just going to go ahead and get these here. So see how easy this is? And then we can kind of cut them in half. Cut them in half. But I'm not done because you know because I am from Topeka. Okay, it looks like I have enough for, I really don't have enough for one more. So I guess I'll just go ahead and I'll just do these 2 right here. And then I'll do 2. Whoa, that just fell on over. Then I'll do 2 for the carrot hash. And this is just falling over. It's like, why are you embarrassing me? Okay, come on, come back. Come back. Put this here a little bit. Okay, this is going over here. We're done with that. Okay, I'm going to put these other 2 in here. And don't worry, I shall take pictures of these. What's up, Melissa? I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures of the final product here. But because, like I said, I was raised in Topeka, Kansas. That is the gourmet capital of the world. You know, our gourmet food. You know, I got to do something real Topeka. Let's see, and that is use this powdered sugar. I know, not powdered sugar, I'm sorry, powdered cheese. You know, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to represent the was it like what, I can't even remember, what is 785? Yes, 785. I almost called it 913, but that's like Kansas City now. Boo, just kidding. Or Johnson County now. Okay, so here we go. Just getting that together. So now we kind of have that. Now I could put like real cheese on there, but the problem with real cheese is like when you try to take a picture, it just looks like, it's like, damn, you didn't do anything. It's just kind of just there. Now, if I was at a party and I saw that, I'd be like, ooh, real cheese, that's good. But like, you know, when you take pictures and stuff, it's like, it looks like they just didn't really try. Okay. Let me just go ahead. So now you guys see this? I'm going to move this out of the way. Move you out of the way. Okay. That is out of the way. Now, I'm going to move this over here. So you can kind of see it better. Ooh, there we go. Kind of see what we're working with better over here. So it's like, again, this does not take that long. I've kind of got it, like if I were using this on my regular stove, it probably would be about, and I put it kind of on a higher temperature, it probably would be like maybe 15 minutes, maybe. You can really smell the onions. I use yellow onions for this. I really like using yellow onions for these like saute things. But by far garlic or shallots, top 2, and then after that like yellow onions or white onions or whatever oniony thing you have, because I want to be, you know, really conscious that, hey, these grocery bills, they are real out here. You're sitting there, you're like, yeah, I have you've looked at every sale paper, you're doing it, you get to the register. And, if you missed the beginning, I am making a cast iron carrot hash, and that has extra virgin olive oil in it. It's got white onions. I have got fresh tomatoes in there as well. I've seasoned it with ground pepper, and I've seasoned it with sumac. And you know what? Did I forget to put, did I forget? Like in my mind, I think I was going to put a little bit of lemon juice in here. Hang on. Okay, that is the equivalent of like a half a teaspoon. And then we also have, as you saw earlier, I'm done making them, the mini cucumber boat. And I have the sun-dried tomatoes with the caper bits and a little bit of bacon bits. And then I throw in some powdered Parmesan on there as well, just kind of for the look. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this going. And you know, cast iron skillet is, to me, makes it taste more savory, but if all you have is a non-stick pan, whatever it'll be fine. It will be fine. You will make it, it's fine. Okay, we're just gonna kind of let that cook a little bit longer. See, and as I stated, I am doing short form content, and what I do is I film the short form content Monday, Wednesday, Friday on my lunch hour. And it's real quick because I'm doing really simple, quick things with that. And so, like, for example, I kind of broke down like how to kind of do that amplified vanilla allspice applesauce. I did that on a live a while ago, but because you kind of have to go through all of it to see it, it's so much easier if I, the videos are 3 to 6 minutes long. I also did something with, I plated couscous as well, and I had like the carrot hash thing going on. And so, yeah, so I've just kind of been doing that, and I feel like there's one more that I'm missing, because I think I've done 3 in total. I'm like racking my brain. Oh, I did the frosted graham crackers, right? Really simple, because I am always thinking like, hey, you might not want to have to go to the store all the time. If you've got those staples, like when I was younger, my parents had the staples. Like we would get Oreo cookies or like Chips or whatever. If there was a coupon, okay, it had to be a coupon, but they always had graham crackers. We always had some kind of applesauce situation. We always had pudding, and we always had like gelatin. Like the like you put it in the box. You can make it from the box, or sometimes prepackaged. But the prepackaged was more expensive, so my mom would like make the pudding or make the what do you call it, like the jello or whatever. So we did a lot of that stuff. So those were staples in our house, just right there, just baseline staples. So that's why when we'd ask like, hey, can we get like these name brand cookies? Well, we got graham crackers at home, and we can, we put the frosting on them, or my mom would make a glaze, like a really simple glaze. So yeah, just kind of like having that mindset, it will save you money in the long run, especially if you've got multiple people that you're feeding, or maybe, because times are tight, people are trying to help out wherever they can. Maybe you've got like a co-op going on. Ooh, this is getting it's getting hype over here. Okay. Whew. Okay, I think this might be ready. Okay, let's go ahead, take this off. But yes, and I like to cover this just because it's gonna soften the condensation is gonna soften the texture of the carrots a little bit. Okay, coming back around. And let me see, let's go ahead and serve this. Or plate it, I should say. Because I've already eaten, I have learned. Sometimes, I'm still really hungry, and I'm like, okay, the mini cucumbers, I can kind of snack on that a little bit. Hey, what's up, April? I can snack on that a little bit, so I'm plating this up so you can see. Now, these are bigger pieces. Everybody has a preference. I kind of like these. I kind of like bigger pieces personally, but I know everybody has a preference. So there you go. This is like a preview of the plating right here. This is the cast iron skillet carrot hash right there, but I'm not done yet because I need to turn this off. We're going to turn this off. We're going to unplug this. We're going to kind of move this around over here, kind of kick this out of the way, because I got to bring this back because I'm going to add the carrot hash to the cucumbers here. Okay, now you've seen these already. These are the cucumbers that I have, the cucumber boats, and like I said, I will be taking pictures of those. So I'm going to move those out of the way. I have got these other cucumbers here. Actually, I'll just exchange. Let's just exchange these here. Put these in here. Okay. And these are really simple to make. I have mini cucumbers. I don't like the super small ones because those are hard to kind of maneuver. But if that's all you got, that's all you got. Or if you do have to if you're on a super budget and you're like, girl, I got 99 cents for one cucumber, you can just cut it into 4 pieces and kind of turn it into a boat situation, and then just fill it with the carrot hash or whatever you've got. Listen, if times are super tight, you can put a little bit of bacon bits in there, just some bacon bits. You can do some fresh tomatoes in there. You can do I showed you the powdered Parmesan cheese, or you can just put regular cheese on there, whatever. But you can do that. I know, because sometimes cucumbers are people forget, they're oh man, I forgot to put that cucumber in my salad. And then the cucumber's just is anybody gonna take me out of my misery? And they just kind of die on the vine. So I'm just making these jokes. Okay, here we go. Now look, these are bigger pieces, but I kind of like it. It's gonna have a nice savory taste. You don't, the advantage of these bigger pieces, you don't have to use a lot of them. You can just use a few of them. Here we go. And, you know, there's no meat in, like the things I made tonight don't have any meat in them. So here we go. We've got this right here, and I will take a picture of it. I'm going to do this one over here. Let's just get this. This is like, got this onion is just not one to behave. Okay. So I'm going to take more, and I'm taking this from the thing I plated, because I feel like I've taken so many pictures of the hash thing. It's like, dang, y'all have already seen me do my hash. So, hang on. But I'll probably still do like a little, maybe like a little picture of it or something like that, so you can kind of get an idea. And this is really good as a side. Like, let's say you don't have any potatoes, and you're like, dang it, all I have is this bag of carrots. Whatever shall I do? Alas, alack. You're saying that kind of stuff. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? I hope you're doing well. It's like you're saying that kind of stuff because you're just like, you don't know what to do with yourself because, you know, you think, oh man, I don't have any potatoes. Well, the way, you know, making this, it's going to get the cast iron carrot hash. Doing this, it's going to give you, you can season them like potatoes. It's going to give you that nice kind of like hash, you know, like that skillet hash texture. So you can kind of like, you know, if you're like, man, I don't have any potatoes, this is what you can do with that. You can mix them with a little bit of rice if you want to do that. I've had this dish with couscous, was actually pretty good. Now, if you are going to eat meat, it goes really well with like maybe a breaded chicken sandwich, or even like, you know, a chicken drumstick, something like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And now, let me see here. I'm just going to, like I said, represent my the town I grew up with, Topeka. And we're going to put a little bit more on here. This is just the powdered, and I'm almost out of it, but I'm like, I have enough where I'm like, I have enough. Okay, here we go, right there. Okay, so I'm going to put these in here, and then I'll kind of like tip them up so you can see them, but I'm also going to be taking pictures as well. So let's get this in here. Come on, you can fit. Can you fit? Okay. Okay. Right here. Oh, whoa, it just kind of fell off, but that's okay because I'm going to fix that when I take pictures. So this is what you got going on. You've got the carrot hash, the cast iron carrot hash. Then you've got, you know, I just used it with the onions in there and the fresh tomatoes. It is seasoned with sumac and ground pepper. I threw in a little bit of lemon juice in it, just kind of for like a little bit of a kick. And then on the other side, I have got my sun-dried tomatoes with a little bit of capers, of course the powdered Parmesan, and some bacon bits for crunch, because I like to crunch sometimes. Now, if you guys want more information about me, where can you go? You can go to AuntLainey'sKitchen.com. I've got my podcast, my mostly weekly podcast, Aunt Lainey's Kitchen. You can also find me on Aunt Lainey's Kitchen on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for the full-on video, because Facebook deletes these, I think, after 30 days. So, but they find new life on TikTok and YouTube. So you guys have been great. Thank you so much for always supporting me. And I will see you next week, where I'm going to like kind of brainstorm on, you know, some really simple treats for the Super Bowl that are not going to break your budget, because this food out here is just crazy. I feel like it's like first semester tuition. Okay, that's where we're going with it. Okay, take care, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.